Okay, good. We're good to go. We're good to go. All right. Okay. Cool. So let's start off by I'm going to show you guys where our marketplace is. If you've never been to botspot.trade, you could build AI strategies. I'll show you what we kind of do today. You'll actually see examples of it. But again, if you guys want to see strategies that are already running, they can kind of just use right out of the box. They're here in our marketplace. Just click on View Marketplace, and you can see them here. So we have this is the one that we built 2 weeks ago. This is one of our Palantir bots. This is one that was created by someone else that actually has a pretty good back test and been running. They are by default sorted by the back test annual returns. You can see the one that we ran, pretty crazy annual return for a back test. Mind you, you can't always believe in back tests. There's obviously some biases in back tests. They're not perfect, but a 368% a year return. If I can get anywhere near that, I'll be pretty damn happy. Which is why I started running that bot. There's also the Palantir Bull Spread strategy, which I think is pretty interesting as well. I think we've been running that for a little while as well in paper trading. And then there's some other bots here they can look at. I think this is the one that I started running last week, the TQQQ SMA 200. I think that's the one that we started last week. And I've been running this diversified leverage bot for some amount of time. So let's take a look at some of the bots that I have deployed. I'm mostly thinking about the strategies that I ran recently. So if we look here, this is our weekly momentum option strategy. This is the one that I put in about 5,000 bucks into 2 weeks ago. Let's see where we're at. We're down a little bit, unfortunately. Let's take a look at why. I'd like to understand the details behind this. So I'm going to actually sign into this account and we'll see why is this happening. So I'm going to first figure out which brokerage account. This is on Tradier. So this is the account. I'm going to sign in here. Boom, boom. Number 5. That's the one. Okay, so here's our account. I think I started off around 5K. So this one's unfortunately down a little bit. Let's find out why. So we have the call options. This is exactly what I would have expected. We have some calls. It's worth about $1,000 right now. Our cost basis was a little higher. So these were maybe is buying a little bit too much, this strategy, because it's supposed to be, I think, 7% of the account. So if you say, $5,000, 7% of the account, so it should be something like $350, but it seems to own more than what it's supposed to. These are expiring October 3rd as well, so that's expiring tomorrow. So I actually feel like maybe there's some sort of issue with this bot that is not trading correctly. So I would like to personally look into that. I kind of decide normally when I run a bot, what we'll do is we'll create a bot, we'll back test it, and then we'll run it in paper trading for a week or two before we actually deploy it. That is my usual thing to do. But I thought it'd be more interesting to kind of let's just take it live directly. So that here is, I think, a good reason why we want to stick to doing paper trading before we actually deploy live. Okay. So this seems like there's some sort of issue here. So I'm going to actually diagnose this. So that'll be one thing that we can cover today. Another bot that I ran last week. Let's see how that one's doing. We'll go running bots. This is the bot that I ran last week, our TQQQ SMA 200. And this one's actually doing quite well. Awesome. We're off to a very good start. So this is another account. I think we started with $2,000. Where do we start with? $2,066. And we have made over $100 so far, $120, $130. So this one's off to a very good start. Okay. So we got one bot that's doing well. We got one bot that I think has some issues with it that we need to fix. We've also been working a bit on, if you guys join us on our Tuesday sessions, if you're part of our pro plan, which I know some of you guys here are, and I recognize you guys from being there. Actually, this previous Tuesday, we started working on some futures bots, which I thought was kind of interesting. This is actually we made this MES momentum strategy and this MNQ breakout strategy. I don't think we're far enough yet with futures, but I kind of wanted to point that out for those of you that are interested in futures, boss, and you kind of want to see some. Um, this is kind of the early stages of we just recently added futures to our platform. I think we added it maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and we started to actually get some future stuff going. So nothing too special yet. 9%, 3.5%. So nothing to write home about just yet. But I want to point out that we actually do have some futures strategies up there that I think will probably be pretty interesting. Maybe by next week, maybe we could even try building some futures bots. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, so we have a couple things going here. I actually wouldn't mind maybe even running a strategy like this. Our Palantir bot, I think would be pretty cool to run, right? Or even something like this. I have been so these are our bots. My investment accounts. I can't show you right now because my phone is being used as a camera. But holy crap, the past week or two has been amazing for my investment accounts. I don't know if you guys own the same stuff that I own, but I feel like every single one of the companies that I've picked and own options in have just hit big time. So I own Robinhood stock and Robinhood call options. Earlier this week, I think it was Monday or maybe even Friday of last week, just had a huge run up. I think it was up like 10 or 15% in the day. And then the next day it was up another 4 or 5%. I think it's because they launched that like social network thing or whatever they're doing there. I didn't get a chance to fully look into it, but it seemed like a pretty big deal. I think it had to do with that. Robinhood stock was just up a lot. I think that one position between my portfolios, I think is up well over $100,000 in the past like month or so. Robinhood has been very good to me. Palantir has been very good to me. This is another reason why we made this Palantir bot. It's made me quite a few tens of thousands of dollars trading Palantir. Really, really happy with Palantir returns. And that's kind of what the impetus was behind this bot and this bot, right? Where basically what we're doing is we're buying call options on companies that already have big momentum, right? So the original idea behind this weekly momentum options bot was to make it have find stocks that are already doing well, hop on them, buy call options, and run with it, right? So that's this one. I think we can kind of change the way it works a little bit because after seeing this thing trade for a few days, I actually have some ideas around it because it decided to buy CCJ. And the reason why was because we said, find the stock that out of this group, which I think we gave it all the best performing stocks over the past year, which is like AppLovin, Robinhood, Palantir, and a few other ones. We gave it a list of tickers. We said whichever one's doing the best over the past 3 months, hold that one, buy options in it, and run with it for the next week. So first of all, I think the problem is here, it's not sold out after a week. It's supposed to have bought something that expired 3 weeks out, held it for a week, and then sold it. I think there's something wrong with the selling mechanism that we need to take a look at. And then also, I'm thinking maybe we could change the strategy a little bit to maybe own more than one. Because if it only owned CCJ, which had a really good day the first day and then kind of been trailing. This is our CCJ. This is the stock. And we own the options on this. Let's take a look at this.